Hey everybody, Max Master here, back with Diablo 3. And I got the Crusader back on the chopping block. And doing a remake of the previous build because of the nerf to charged up provoke. It doesn't work the way it used to. It's working off of proc coefficients. So I changed my build around. And the next best thing I found is Judgment with Resolved. Even though they've nerfed this quite substantially, this still gives me a lot of crit and that causes a lot of extra damage at 450% critical hit damage. With the Heaven's Fury, Blessed Ground, the Phalanx Bowman, Fist of Heaven's Fissure. Use Falling Sword Rise Brothers to get out of bad situations, and Shared Fate on Smite now because of the upped damage. I have lightning damage also. This does pretty good and gives me a nice little extra stun as well off of the Judgment. Turns around pretty good. I swapped out the Righteousness for Vigilant because of the 20% reduced physical damage, non-physical damage taken. That's just too good to pass up. And then of course Finery with the change now gives me an extra 70,000 damage. It's definitely putting me up there. With the Elemental and the Elite damage and everything, it's over 1 million. So I'm on Torment 5, and I'm just going to do a little farm for Essence of the Twin Seas, so I can show how I do that as well. If the rare Razor Mouth bounty isn't up, you can still look for the Dune Thresher or the Moontooth Dreadshark simply by going to the City of Chaldeum. All my gear is the same. I still haven't found a shield or a neck piece. And I got 2-piece Captain Crimsons and 3-piece Augids. Too good to pass up. You go down into the sewers, and if the Dread Shark's in here, he'll be in one of the northeast corners usually. So I just check all the corners. I can't even see the blue. So mind you, no follower, T5. If you think it's supposed to be easy, you should really think again. This would be about the most difficult you can make the game, unless it was T6. But should the rare guys spawn and you have the ability to do T5, T6, you really should, just because the mats for Captain Crimson is so rare. I mean, I literally killed hundreds of these guys and nothing. Even on T3, T4. Where T6, I mean, you know, the 1 in 10 or 1 in 20 chance of death is definitely worth the aggravation. You can see the crit just annihilates everything. And it's almost always a northeast facing corner, but you got to check all the corners because it could be up in one of these. And that's the pile of junk. That's the Doom Shark right there, or Dread Shark. Well, that was nice of them to spawn for the video. Now will he drop the essence? Nope. Of course not. And that's what I mean. It's so rare. It's supposed to be somewhere around a 65-73% chance at this rate. I've killed, that's about the 10th one. Still no drop. The other spot to check, and this rarely pops up, but it's still a place to check. Is going to be out over here. So, out in Stinging Winds, you go by over here, you come out, you just go to the right a little bit, and you'll start seeing this rock formation. Usually a million things spawn here. But that second rock formation right there There's one spot. There'll be a guy lying on the ground if it's the one. Not this guy. He'll be lying on the ground reaching for you, dying. And that's not it. If he's not there, you go straight down. Surprised there's no elite packs. There's usually a lot of them. And right where the second rock formation is down by the bottom is the second spot he can spawn, or it will be another event like this. This is an event. So he didn't spawn, and that'll be it. Those are the two places in Stinging Winds, and then of course you got the sewers. It's a little bit longer of a farm. But a lot of times that dread shark will pop up in the sewers, and that's where usually I find them. But like I said, even on T5, I rarely get that damn essence. So that's the best bets. Depending on how fast you clear is really what difficulty you should go to. I was doing T6 for a while, but it didn't seem to improve my odds at all, so I dropped it down to T3 because I can just run T3 like no tomorrow, and it really speeds up the amount of chances you get at running through it. However, every time I did get the essence, it was T5. So that's your gamble. So that's the new build to work with, soloing T5, obviously very viable. I soloed T5 without a follower. No one else healing me, no one else to take any of the damage at all. And mind you, when you're grouping, the damage does not increase in Torment, just the hit points, and it's 50% extra hit points per person. So 3 people add 150% hit points on top of the, I think it's around 3,800% hit points for T6, and 3,300% extra hit points for T5. So grouping is definitely the way to go. I only solo just to show the viability of what I'm doing, and this is obviously extremely strong. If you do this in a group, you will excel like no end. You'll have much more people taking the damage, and you'll be able to dish out damage much better. The only other skill that really works in place of Judgment resolved would be Shield Glare with Divine Verdict, where enemies take 20% extra damage for 4 seconds, and they're blinded. Plus, this is a much quicker cooldown, so if you don't have a lot of cooldown reduction, you may like this a little better. Your group might like this a little better. That's another option. Mind you, it's directed. It does a cone about screen length out in front of you, so you have to be directing your character face towards the enemies that you want to be affected by that. It only lasts 4 seconds as opposed to 6 seconds and a 6-second stun. I kind of like the 6-second stun. So that's it, and I call this judge and jury. That's basically what it is now. So I hope it helps. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll talk to everybody later.